Hello and welcome to SF Giants recap. And so I'm doing this live stream because I didn't get as much to say in my recap. I was short on time. And so this is why I am doing this live stream right now and to go over opening day because the Giants, they played really well and then they didn't play really well and then they ended up winning. And so the Giants, they are 1-0 on the season, which is pretty good. Which is really good actually, because a couple things that we can fix. So that's what I'm gonna go over in this live stream. Make sure to put your comments below, and that is what we'll do. We'll go over in today's live stream. So as people start joining, so the Giants, they won 6-5 in today's game. Both teams committed 2 errors. Giants, they got 6 hits, 6 runs, and the Marlins got 5 runs, 9 hits. And it was the Giants had full control of the game really until the ninth when Camilo Duvall gave up 3 runs. But other than that, Joey Bart did really well. Brandon Belt laid down a beautiful bunt. And so those are the good things right there. The bullpen is doing really solid. It was, I think, Dominic Leone who struggled a little bit. He gave up the 2-run homer to Jacob Stallings. But other than that, the bullpen was really on today. And then Camilo Duvall, he kind of just couldn't get his stuff working in the ninth. But other than that, the Giants offense, it's looking like it did in 2021. It steps up when it needs to. It's still getting runs in early innings, and they're performing way better than I think people expected them to start off with, especially like people like Belt, who I think people are putting down too much, and then Joey Bart, who people say is overrated, and they both performed really well. So Joey Bart got his first major league home run today. Really good to see. I hope he keeps it up. Logan Webb, he performed pretty good. He didn't get too many strikeouts, but he did do really well in the just not allowing runs. And so I think he will keep up his pace. He had 1 earned run, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. The 1 earned run, it wasn't necessarily his fault. He walked the guy, and then he went out. Dom Leone came in, gave up a 2-run homer. So like not fully his fault, but hey, that's how the scoring works. Brandon Belt, 2 for 4, home run, walk, RBI. And I mean, if you enter on a boat, you better perform really well that day, and he did. So that is good to see that Brandon Belt is back up and running. He had no Cactus League at bats at all, and so that was really, really cool to see him come out and perform really well today. There's Darren Roth. Darren Roth, I think, is going to be a huge piece against lefties and anyone this year. He singled in a run. He scored the winning run with a hustle play, and Darren Ruff's not the fastest guy or the most athletic, but he put on the wheels and he scored the winning run today with Austin Slater. Austin Slater, his first at bat I was watching, it was scary. Like it was horrible swings. Like it was slider, fastball, and all of them were swing and misses. And when he came up in the 10th, and I was just like, oh, great, here we go to another extra inning. But, hey, he got the bat on the ball, lined it in. That guy has a ton of power to either side, and he pulled that one. And there was no one there. And so it was really good to see him do good. Everyone's talking about how Bart did, which he did. The one thing that, besides the obvious, was him base running down third, runner third during the rundown in the 10th, a catcher with speed. Yeah, Joey Bart, he gives his all, especially right now when he's trying to prove something. Joey Bart's the man, and I think on both ends of the spectrum, he's gonna do well for the Giants. Obviously, I don't know if he'll pick up where Buster Posey was, but I think even if he's a decent catcher, like putting up a 250 average, doing solid on defense, I think that's a win for us. Like if he can just do solid throughout the whole year and never be just in a huge slump, not very streaky, I think we'll be perfect, sitting perfect with him. His home run, 414 feet, 108 miles per hour exit velo. Also, one guy I want to mention who didn't have a great day, but saw some great swings was Jock Peterson. He launched some down the foul line. They were foul, but they were really good swings and did really well. Bart was my player of the game. Yeah, I would give it to Bart probably. The only other person I can think of is Belt, who did really well. But yeah, I do like how Bart did. He really showed that he's ready for the majors, and maybe was ready a couple years ago. I mean, 2020 he really struggled, but like 2021, the Giants could have probably brought him up a little bit more. I'd say give him a little bit more major league experience, like when Buster was hurt or Casale was in a slump. I think they could have brought him up, but I mean, he's performing well now. And so Logan Webb, he went 6 innings, 5 hits. He was pitching more for contact than strikeouts today, and I kind of liked it because there's a lot of weak ground balls, and some of them were for hits. I mean, that's just unlucky, but most of them were just easy outs that didn't really require a lot of defensive help. And so if he can keep that up throughout the year, especially in this first month, I think he's going to be super consistent and not really a lot of stress on the arm. Estrada was spot on as well. Yeah, Estrada, his defense. Oh man, that was fun to watch. It was like watching Crawford 2.0. Like Crawford did good today defensively. Not a lot of tough plays, but the ones he did get, he made him look easy. But Estrada, like there's this one up the like in between first and second. He got covered a lot of distance, did a spin move, and got it to first in time with a perfect throw. And so I think defense is going to be key, just like last year. Today's defense a little shaky. There's a couple things here and there. The transfer with Estrada, that was a little off. Steven Duggar, he threw it to third and allowed a runner front to get from first to second, which shouldn't happen in the majors, and that kind of put a little bit more stress on Logan Webb's pitches, but it didn't really hurt anything in the end, but I think it could have, and I think the Giants really need to work on that situational stuff. Obviously, spring training, it was short. They didn't really have a lot of time to go over situational things, but I think they're little things. If we keep doing bad on the little things like Dubon's base running like that can't be happening. And then Steven Duggar doing that, Estrada, like these little things, they're not huge, but when you add all those up, those are going to cost you some runs, some ball games. And so I think the Giants really need to focus on that and getting their guys to be in those situations. Really looking forward to seeing Rodon tomorrow. Yeah, same. I love that guy. I think last year with the White Sox, I think he was posting like a 2 ERA and yet still underrated. Like people weren't giving him enough attention. He had his no-hitter, almost a perfect game. Controversial, but yeah, I think Rodon tomorrow, I think he will go not too many innings, maybe 5, 6. I'm looking a little bit less just to save his arm, which I think is smart if Kepler does that. And I'm thinking he'll get more strikeouts than Webb today. Maybe allow a run or two, probably like 1 or 2 runs, but get like 7 strikeouts, I'm thinking. That's my prediction for Rodon. Really impressed with how the Giants they kept their clutch. Like I was thinking 2021 was kind of a fluke with how much clutch situations they did. Tyro Estrada shows up down by 1 in the 9th and hits absolute nuke. I mean, you can't write that up any better. I think the Giants, they really got to keep that up. You'd rather them close it out in the 9th and not have to worry about the stressful situations. But I mean, if Tyro Estrada does that and the Giants keep coming clutch, I think that'll be really helpful and get them a lot of more wins. I think the other thing that the Giants are doing well is the bunting and the stealing. The bunting and the stealing. I mean, Mike Yastrzemski got thrown out. He was probably safe. It was a little questionable here and there, but he got thrown out. But it was aggressive, and I think if the Giants keep playing that aggressive game, it'll work out more than not. And then I know I don't mean to be taking up the chat, but I really hope Luke Williams starts tomorrow. Hey, don't worry about taking up the chat. There's no one else commenting. It's totally fine. But yeah, I think Luke Williams. I think he'll be if Evan Longoria is out. I think Luke Williams if he can fill in that spot, he looks like a really exciting player. Like his swing, it's not a regular swing. It's like more of a line drive swing. Like you see a lot of off the bat just go doubles, singles. He has a lot of control, and he's not trying to hit it out of the park every time. I think it's pretty exciting. And I really hope he does start tomorrow. And if he does, I think that he could make an impact. And the Giants don't have a lot of third base options, but I think since Wilmer Flores is probably gonna have to play third, they'll probably put him at like second or the outfield, which is where he normally plays, which would be pretty smart to not stress the defense too much. And I think the Giants will have to play that smart and see how everything works out, because we haven't really had a ton of injuries, knock on wood. But I think that the safer you play stuff in the beginning of the year, it'll really work out in the end. Like we saw last year with the platooning, that really helped out. I think the injuries, when Longoria went out, when Buster went out, platooning guys, they're put guys back in. I think it'll really help them, and I think he'll work out better in the long run. Maybe not right now, but maybe in like July, when guys are tired or worn down, I think it'll really help. And I think that the Giants need to keep platooning players up and down. Today, I think that we really need to work on the little defensive things and base running. And those are two things that are just going to get better and better throughout the season, because it's not really something you can practice, especially the base running. But I think when you start playing these first 30 games, then the defense, the base running will become better, and hopefully they will not struggle as much. And like Dubon and the other ones. It is reported that Webb has a mild sprain in his ankle. Oh, I did not see that. I'll search that up right now, but that will not be good. But I think if it's a mild sprain, that's like I saw him when he was running over, and it didn't look good at first, but then he kept pitching. Then he pitched 3 more innings after he tumbled at first. And so I'm gonna search that up right now, but hopefully he'll be all right. But let's see. Logan Webb. I don't know. I hope it's just a mild one, like you said. I think he will be key, and it's the beginning of the season, so if they can catch it now and get him up and running by like the end of April, we'll be just fine. Only miss like 1 or 2 starts. Let's see. I'm trying to find any news about that, but I think that Logan Webb and Joey Bart did really well today with like the pitch calling and the situational stuff. The sliders were working, the fastball, everything is looking pretty good. I'm also really excited to see Alex Cobb soon, because I've heard that his velo is up to like 98, where it is down last year and the year before, and he's been doing a lot of different types of exercises warming up. And so I think check the Chronicle. Okay, I'll be checking that. But for now, I think that Carlos Rodon will be really exciting tomorrow. And we'll see how he will do. Let's see. I'm trying to find the Logan Webb information. But I think Carlos Rodon, if he can go 5 innings, give us that. I think that'll be productive. Get us, even if he allows a run, just make sure it's not too much, and make sure his pitches aren't as stressful on his arm with guys on base or other stuff like that. Trying to find the okay. I can't find anything right now, but I'll take your word for it that Logan Webb is placed on the injured list. I'll be looking right now. But I think that after today's game, we saw a lot of things. Last year's opening day was really rough. The Giants They blew a huge lead to the Mariners. This year, we almost blew a huge lead. Luckily, we have way more clutch hitters right now that we're up and ready and to go. But I think, yeah, if we're gonna get in more of these situations, it's not gonna work out good every time. And so I think we have to. That bullpen has to get stronger. I'm not really too worried about Camille Duvall. I think it's his second year, and I think he'll be just fine. And so hopefully he'll be back and ready to go. Get a few things fixed in his. I think he just hung a lot of pitches. He wasn't really commanding his pitches well, like they had set up inside. He would hit the outside target. It's like just the little things that that were a little that could be fixed and are easy to just bump around and miss around. The other thing I want to go over is the let's say the left fielder. Jock Peterson started left field, and it keeps the Barry Bonds curse or tradition, as you want to say, going with a new left fielder every year. And I find that pretty funny. Like, I don't think it's ever planned, like, oh yeah, we're going to have a different left fielder. It's always just ended up that way. I think Parker, Michael Morris, Hunter Pence, I think, started. Just all the guys like Austin Slater, Alex Dickerson. So it's pretty funny that Jock Peterson is now, I think it was since 2007, 2008 was the first year. So it's probably been like 14 years. And so it's pretty funny that that has kept going. But after today's, I can't find it either now. It was reported on Hum Baby Baseball with the quotes from the reporter. Okay. So I'll take it. I'll take your word. That is a mild strain. Hopefully it stays mild. And the Giants trainers, like, I was listening to them, and they're just saying how good they are and that they just want to keep everyone healthy, especially at the beginning of the season. And so if he has to miss a start, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world as long as he comes back soon and be consistent throughout the year. The Giants, Jose Alvarez, I was really impressed by it. Was Littell and Alvarez in the 10th. They really came in clutch with getting the guy, not letting the guy on second score, even though it's a dumb rule, but they still got to live with it. The Giants got a guy on second too. We kind of screwed that up too, but luckily Austin Slater came in clutch with the double. But in the bottom of the ninth, Terry Estrada, and then there's the fielder choice. But I'm really glad that the Giants, their bullpen pitching besides Camille Duvall, it's really good and it stayed good. Like spring training, it was still really good, especially in the major leaguers. The minor league, I'm kind of worried about our AAA team. The pitching was really lacking in AAA. But Sean Jelly, I saw the other day that he did pretty good. I think he went like 5 innings, no runs allowed, got a lot of hits, and Rogers and McGee iced very well too. Yeah, Rogers and McGee, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, Rogers, let's go back to the box score. Because Rogers came in, he got a couple of strikeouts I saw, and he usually doesn't get strikeouts. And so if he can, Tyler Rogers got 2 strikeouts, went 2/3 of an inning, and then Jake McGee went 1 inning, didn't allow anything, all zeros across the board, no strikeouts, no walks, no runs, no hits. So yeah, if our bullpen can keep it up and keep performing like it has been. Oh yeah, pitch, sure. Sorry, I didn't know what you meant when you said ice, but I was just assuming pitch. Yeah, I'm really glad that our bullpen, besides Duvall, has been performing really well. But the one little thing that gets me annoyed every time is the catcher on the Marlins, Jacob Stallings. Last year for the Pirates, he hit that 3-run homer, I think, that walked it off against the Giants. And this year he hits a home run, a single, throws out 2 guys. Picked off Darren Roth, and yeah, he's just a pain in our side. He always has been a Giants torturer for the past 2 years, and yeah, he's really annoying, like annoyingly good. He's super good, but he's annoying to play against. Every time he's just always throwing out our guys, always hitting home runs off us. He was a Gold Glover last year, but other than that, I haven't really heard his name much. But he has always just destroyed the Giants. I think that the Giants really need to get fix something with their leadoffs and their base running. But those things easy to fix throughout the year, and those things can be just they're more of an experience type learning thing. They're not really gonna be learned in practice. But defensively, the transitions, all of those things. Dubon is still not ready. Yeah. Dubon, I keep hyping him up. I keep hoping that he's gonna do good. I got his autograph one time going to a Sacramento River Cats game, and I keep thinking that he's just gonna show up and be our everyday outfielder, infielder, be the utility player that we need. But yeah, he has really struggled hitting wise. Like he either pops it straight up or hits it right into the ground. His defense is pretty good. I'll give him that. But his base running, he almost cost us the game today with some poor decisions. But it is what it is. The Dodgers, we'll go over the Dodgers game right now because we know that they're going to be our main contender this year. Let's see. The Padres, they are having a no-hitter right now. But it's Sean Manaea, their new addition, who is pitching. He came from the A's and went to the Padres. And so the Dodgers, they unfortunately won today. Obviously, we want them to lose as much as possible, but Walker Buehler, they Mookie Betts had a hit in RBI. Trey Turner did, and then Gavin Lux. But other than that, a lot of strikeouts for them, 11. And this is in Colorado, and so, but Colorado, Bryant today, he got a hit for the Rockies, so good for him. I'll be cheering on Chris Bryant, but not the Rockies, obviously. For the Dodgers, let's look at their pitching. Walker Buehler only went 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he's got his strikeout stuff, but he's really struggling. Well, not really struggling, but he didn't do as good as like everyone's hyping him up. Like I've watched a lot of videos on like predictions stuff, and everyone's saying Walker Buehler is winning the Cy Young. I really hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, really rooting for Carlos Rodon, Logan Webb, those 2 guys. I can see them like being the sneaky ones. Tyler Rogers' brother Taylor is now on the Padres too. Yeah, I saw that actually. It'll be really funny if they go against each other. I think a lot of the fans are going to be confused that like the fair weather fans that don't really know who those 2 are. That'd be pretty funny if you're like, wait, didn't that guy just pitch for us? Because they're twins. And like I'm pretty sure they're twins, but they look a lot alike. I gotten them mixed up a couple times, and so it'll be funny when they play each other, or if they do. Hopefully they do. I bet with how many times the Giants will probably play the Padres. On the Padres right now, the D-backs, they won yesterday. That's good to see because we don't really have to worry about the D-backs. And so they won every time they can get some more losses for the Padres. That's always good. But the Padres right now, no hitter going. And so we'll see what happens there. It is early in the season, and I just want to do a live stream because my recap, I was like doing the recap in my car. Didn't really have much time to do it, so I just had to throw it together. And so I want to do a live stream to talk more about the Giants and opening day. Because it was an exciting game, roller coaster, ups and downs, super hyped, and then Jazz Chisholm hits a home run, and so then that knocks us back down, and then Terry Estrada hits a home run, and then we get out of the inning, and I was like, yeah, we have it in the bag, and then Dubon gets doubled up on something he shouldn't have gotten double up, and then Austin Slater with the walk-off. So, baseball, very interesting. Identical twins. Tyler's right hand and Taylor's left. Yeah, the kid. I was pretty sure they're twins. They look exactly the same. It's interesting how one is left-handed, the other is right-handed. One throws submarine, one throws overhand normally. So I kind of find that funny. Obviously, like no one actually throws submarine except for him right now. And so we'll see if they ever get a matchup against each other. I'll be wrapping. Is this? I think they call it H Team or Twins. Yeah, that I think they what's the oh they call it Mirror Twins. Oh yeah, they are yeah, I've seen them, and you can't tell them apart like off first glance. You can't tell them apart only when you see him pitch. And so it's really interesting listening to like him talk. He's like, yeah, I found it. Tyler Rogers, I'm talking about, like talking about how he discovered his love for pitching submarine and getting the ball. Like it was way more comfortable for him. I hope the Giants can get some trades this year. Yeah, I hope if they do make some trades, it's good and it's not that we're selling, it's that we're buying, because this team, like everyone complains about how cheap we are. I actually kind of enjoy it because we're always the underdogs. We never go out and just buy all stars, but at the same time, you kind of want Farhan going out and getting guys that will make an impact but aren't necessarily like cost so much. Like he got Lamont Wade Jr. He got a lot of guys that people thought were done, and then the Giants pitching staff and pitching coaches like Alex Wood and Anthony Discofani made them into really, really solid pitchers. And then you see what happens. They get signed for even more money, like Kevin Gausman. He was kind of done at the end of his career. The Giants, they reevaluated his pitching. The pitching coaches did an amazing job. And look what he got. He got tons of money, went to Baltimore, and is pitching great. And so I think if the Giants, if they can keep doing that, like you don't have to go out and buy major star players. You just have to get 9 guys out there who can play. And so that will end it for today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow after the game. Absolutely. We have no power. Well, we have power from the right side, but we don't have much, and we didn't get any during the free agent market. And so I think that if they're going to trade for something, it's going to be that, especially if that's what we need in the trade deadline. And so I'll see you guys. Make sure to press the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow after hopefully another Giants win. We can keep undefeated and stay with the Dodgers. And so I'll see you tomorrow.